The Boston Celtics made a big trade today. They traded Robert Williams, Malcolm Brogdon, and two first round picks for Jrue Holiday. By making this move, I feel the Celtics have declared war on the Milwaukee Bucks. They have announced to the whole entire world that they are targeting the Bucks and they feel that the Bucks are the team to beat. Even though they lost in Miami last year, I think the Celtics probably feel that loss was a fluky situation and that they won't have to worry about Miami going further. So this is all about beating the Bucks, and I'm sure they feel the Bucks are the only team in the East that can stand in their way of getting back to the NBA Finals. So this was a strategic move. I do like how they were strategic about it. It reminds me of the past when teams like the Spurs, the Lakers, when they were rivals, they would make key signings or trades to one up the other. So this is definitely old school in the sense that they're targeting the Bucks as a rival, and they've had some series with them in the past several years, so they have experience playing the Bucks in the playoffs. I think they may have beaten the Bucks more than the Bucks have beaten them, or it could be a wash. I'll have to check that later. But this move is really going to put them in a position where I think they can beat the Bucks in a 7 game series. I do think they can do it, and I think it's very close. I haven't picked who would win yet in a playoff matchup, but I think this tips the scales in the sense to make it a very close matchup. I'll say the reason for this is that I feel the Celtics have superior perimeter players compared to the Bucks overall. Now, will I say Damian Lillard is better than whoever? Would I say he's better than Jrue Holiday? Offensively, yes, he's on another level than Jrue Holiday. But now with getting Jrue Holiday, the the Celtics can slow down Damian Lillard. They don't need Jrue Holiday to score 20 or 30 points. They don't need that at all because they have Jaylen Brown and Tatum to do that stuff. So all they need Jrue Holiday to be a defensive stopper and just to focus on the defensive end. And Jrue can excel at that in a 7 game series against Damian Lillard. You also have to factor in that Jrue Holiday will be motivated. He definitely wants to get some revenge. I'm sure if he's a competitor, he definitely probably feels slighted by getting traded from the Bucks, and he would like to get back at them. And you can't blame him. I think anybody in the situation would want to get revenge and be out for blood. So I think we'll see Jrue doing a good job in containing Damian Lillard in a 7 game series they match up. Not to say Damian could still go off. It's very possible. Damian is a great offensive player, but this definitely does help in the sense that now Celtics don't have to focus on other guys just going after Damian. They have a guy who can contain him in Jrue Holiday. And you just look at the Celtics perimeter. I feel the Celtics perimeter players overall are just better than the Bucks. I would say Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are both better than Chris Middleton now. I don't think Chris Middleton will ever be the same player he was a few years ago due to the injuries he suffered. I think he can still be a solid player, but I don't think he'll ever be an all-star caliber player again. So I think they cancel him out. And you just look at the other guys on the Celtics like Derek White. Derek White's a pretty good player off the bench. So it will be interesting just to see how that matches up. I would also say the Bucks, their biggest advantage is their front line. They have Robin Lopez, Brooke Lopez, Giannis, and Bobby Portis. So those guys pack more size than what the Celtics now have. Celtics lost Robert Williams. Granted, Celtics do have Porzingis and Al Horford. I think this is really going to hinge on Porzingis being healthy this year. I think to beat the Bucks in a 7 game series, the Celtics will need Porzingis to be healthy and injury-free. So he's going to have to be huge for them to make up for the lack of size the Celtics have. Al Horford, I feel, is up there in age now. There's only so much he can give you that you can't really rely on him to be the main anchor as your big man on this team. So outside of those two guys, they have no size. They don't have a legit power forward. So I think that could hurt them in a 7 game series against the Bucks. So that's why I feel this is a very close matchup. The Bucks have the advantage with their size. but the Celtics have the advantage of their perimeter. So it's really going to be interesting to see which will pan out for either team in a 7-game series. Like, will the Bucks size prevail, or will the Celtics perimeter players be too much for the Bucks? So that'll be interesting. I think in a potential matchup with these two teams, it's going to come down to the star players. It'll come down to Giannis and Dame playing at a high level. And for the Celtics, it'll come down to Jaylen Brown and Tatum playing at a high level. So that'll be very interesting. I think this matchup will be great for the NBA this year. Just the fans, just you want to see some type of rivalry occurring in the NBA, and this has potentially be a very good matchup. These teams have played each other before, so there is some history. So definitely looking forward to even the regular season games with these two teams, and hopefully if they meet up in the playoffs, they can give us a good series, something exciting that we can all look forward to. So that's all I have to say about this.